Hey everybody, how are you doing? We're here again at Filmmaker Focus NYC. I'm Diana Suko, and today we're going to be talking to the fantastic Adam Taylor. I met him a couple weeks ago. He has a fantastic short film called Gross, and we're going to get into that in just a moment. But right now, let's just say, hey Adam.
Hello Diana, and hello Filmmaker Focus. Thank you very much for letting me take part. Excited to be here in lovely
The Village.
New York. Yeah.
We're in the Village.
Nice day.
It is. It's a really nice day. Thank God. It could have been really bad.
Mm-hmm.
So let's just start from the beginning. Where are you from?
Well, originally from New England. My family moved to Pittsburgh, which is where I spent most of my life. Went to film school at the University of Pittsburgh. And now I have been here in New York for about 4 years. And plan on staying a bit longer. I like it here.
Was your major filmmaking at school?
It was, yeah. Which I don't necessarily. Maybe if I could do it over again, I don't know if I would major in film. I don't think it's necessarily a necessity.
That's interesting, really? What would you think you would have majored in?
Probably something where I get a job, like maybe accounting or something that hires. I mean, not that I didn't learn anything in film school, but I was making films before I went to film school. I was making them after. I was making them during. I won't say I didn't learn anything useful, because I definitely did, but it wasn't. I don't know. I'd rather, maybe get something that helps me find.
But there's a lot to say for like on-the-job training. So basically, you've learned doing pretty much whatever you would have gotten in school, anyways.
Yes, without question. So for young filmmakers, I definitely wouldn't say don't go to film school. But if you can't afford it, if you don't have the time, I don't think it's a necessity. Whereas if you want to be an accountant, which I don't, I'm just using that as an example, but you pretty much have to go to school. And
it would help being good with math. I probably would not be a good accountant.
I'd be the worst.
So we're happy that you're a filmmaker then.
Thank you, me too.
Can I ask you, what was, when did you know this is something that you wanted to do? Was there a movie? Was it a moment when you were a kid? What was it that made you say, that's what I want to do?
I guess, I've always been creative. I've been doing, artistic things forever. And I sort of fell into filmmaking because it seemed like a perfect collaboration of all the different arts that I was doing. Like, I was always, playing music and stuff, and, we were acting out plays and stupid stuff like that, writing. And, filmmaking seemed like the one way you could bring it all together and kind of, do it all.
Do you act in any of your films?
I do. I definitely do not consider myself an actor, but I, sometimes out of necessity, I'll...
I was going to ask you, is it because you're free for yourself?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I don't want to be an actor. I've probably acted in 100 films. I have probably a longer acting resume than most actors in the city. But again, I don't consider myself good at it. I don't want to do it. I don't pursue it. But when you're making films, it's always easier to just throw yourself behind the camera, and I'm probably a good actor in the way that I at least know where to stand, and I think about editing and lighting and stuff, So technically, I'm pretty good. I doubt anyone believes my performances, but so yeah, I guess my answer would be no.
Okay. Is there any certain type of story, or is there something that inspires you more than other things? What kind of stories do you like to tell?
It's funny. It's evolving. I used to do a lot more comedy stuff, when I was starting out, and now I feel like I'm keep leaning towards drama more. I don't know if it's because I'm maturing. I don't know if that's accurate, actually, but I guess I try to tell real stories that have some comedic elements. So my ideal story would be just a really realistic type character thing, which is not like the movie you saw. So you're probably like, what the fuck are you talking about?
No. Well, there was actually a lot of real to that one too. I guess we'll just start talking about it. He has this fantastic short film called Gross. I'll let you tell us a little bit about it, but there's a lot of real in that too. That there was definitely. So tell us a little bit about this.
Well, it's called grow. I call it gross too, but it's a French word for fat. It means fat, but it's Gros. But it is I don't want to call it a mockumentary. It's more, I call it a fake documentary, because I feel like mockumentaries sort of draw attention to the fact that they're mockumentaries. It's a fake documentary made to look like a foreign film. It's in black and white with subtitles. It's all in French, and it's about the fattest man in an ambiguous Eastern European town. and his dream is to be the fattest man in the world. So he comes to America, the place where dreams come true, to be the fattest man in the world. And when he arrives, he realizes he's of average size here because of our obesity epidemic.
People are a little bit larger.
Yeah, just a tad. So it's a sort of a depressing realization that his dreams are going to fail and type of thing. So
why did you want to shoot it in French? Or more the voiceover.
Again, yeah, it was like I said, it was supposed to be just sort of an ambiguous town. Like, I made up the name of it. I don't really want to specifically say where it is, and I don't know. It just sort of French seemed like the right language, and luckily I met a guy who spoke French right around the time I was making it, so it worked out pretty well. Eric Corson is his name. Then again, Eric, I should give him a shout out. He speaks like 6 languages, so I probably could have done it in any language I thought of. But
where can people see that right now? Is it doing the film festival circuit, or is there a place that people could actually go see that right now if they wanted to?
Yes, it is actually it just screened at the Hoboken Film Festival, and it before that it screened at a festival in Harrisburg. It is currently on YouTube if you want to look it up. If you search YouTube Galaxy 454, like I said, the film is called Gross, G-R-O-S. It is on there, and we have a couple more screenings coming up, and fingers crossed about some film festivals we entered, so hopefully it will be some other spots soon.
Well, I'm sure you'll get into other film festivals. It's really inventive. It's fantastically shot. I loved it. I saw that and I went, oh my God, I love this. It's really, really, really clever. It's a really clever movie. I'm going to ask you about some other little projects that I saw. Could you tell me what's Dracula about?
There's a film I made way, way back when called Adam Taylor's Dracula. It is about... basically, the idea of it, and this is also on YouTube if you want to look it up, the idea was that I was just thinking about how Dracula is immortal. So I feel like if you're immortal and you live forever, eventually you're going to fall into some hard times. Like, it's just inevitable that you're never going to be a successful count your whole life. It's just, the law of averages says you will eventually have a shitty job and not like your life. So basically the story...
After 4,000 years, right? It's got to happen.
Exactly. So this film takes place, and he is a janitor at a college cleaning toilets, and it's just sort of like a story about him in his current state.
I love that. That's great. A janitor vampire. We haven't seen those yet on True Blood, so maybe those... Well, no, if they steal your idea, then you're going to have to be like, I need some monies.
Well, my friend is actually on True Blood, and I know he likes the film, so maybe he will steal it and throw it in there.
That's good. There's the way. There's your way in. Yeah. Maybe you can write that episode.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
I also saw you had this thing, Dream Boys. Is that something you guys keep doing right now? And what is it about a little bit?
Dream Boys is a web series. I don't really consider it... I'm sorry you had to watch that. It's not my favorite stuff. It's truly a creative outlet for me and my friends. We just... I take some films seriously, and some I just want to, make a film to make a film. That's what the Dream Boys is. Okay. So it's a 44-episode web series that we just do whenever we're bored. We have them all written. There's a story arc, but oh, what are you doing this weekend? Let's make episode 33. So we just arbitrarily make them out of whatever order we feel like. So it's just a stupid little web series about a guy that keeps falling asleep on the shoulder of another guy in awkward situations.
I like that, considering that there's a few people who've tried to do that to me on the train, and you're like, oh my God, get off.
Yeah, we call it dream boying, and I got dream boyed a couple months back, and it was really surreal moment, because I was I put myself, because I actually play the one of the guys, so I was sitting there getting dream boyed, and I called the other dream boy, and I was just this is a really surreal moment. I'm being dream boyed. This is incredible. And I took a photo and sent it to him. It was pretty funny.
So you really had your art imitate life.
Yeah, exactly.
Or life imitate art. Whichever way, you know what I mean.
And the funny thing is, the only reason it's called Dream Boys is I dreamt the story. I just woke up one night with a fully like finished script in my head, like word for word, and I was just like, wow, this never happened. So I just wrote it down, and I didn't like it, but I was like, this is so different than something I would write, and it's so weird that it's like completely finished, that I was like, I just want to make this. And it had the other guy that's in it, I didn't even know him that well at the time, but I was like, I dreamt this with you in it. You want to make this just for the hell of it? And he's like, yeah, let's do it. So we made it, and that was like years ago. We're still making them, and now we're good friends.
It. Your dream project. Look what happened.
Exactly. So that's why it's the Dream Boys.
I love it. Well, it's been so much fun talking to you. Is there anything else going on right now that you'd like us to know about, or what can we expect next from Mr. Adam Taylor?
I am very excited to be working on a short film with two amazing actors here in the city, Dwayne Cooper and Parisa Fitzhenley. And it's a little love story that we're going to shoot in Central Park in a couple weeks. It's actually untitled as of right now, so I can't tell you what it will be called. But if you want to go to galaxy454.com in the near future, or YouTube/galaxy454, you will see it there. And hopefully you will like it.
Yay.
Yay.
I'm excited.
Thank you.
Oh, well, that was fantastic. So now you guys know, if you want to check out anything from Adam Taylor, galaxy454.com, and you can see all of the things that we've talked about. They're hilarious. Check out Gross. I'm sorry.
I call it Gross.
And it's been great, and we'll see you guys later.